action in southern Michigan, northern Indiana. This is southern Michigan, New Buffalo. I like that house, the big old vacation rentals. But yeah, you can see I'm on a bike trail, and they have a little bit of bike trail through the town here and there. But in general, not much. So I was like talking to the city about the parks and the trails, and they had some surveys and stuff. I was like, well, why doesn't the whole area get together? Got a new hat. But why didn't the area get together and come up with some better bike trails that link all the areas together? And it's like, well, we're in charge of our parks, they're in charge of their parks, that's the city's job, this is the state's job. Because basically you're going out of town and these bike trails, they just end, and it's almost kind of a little dangerous in places where you're just all of a sudden zipping either into cars or hitting the curb. And I was like, this could be a great bicycling area, you know, if you just link together all these wonderful state parks along Lake Michigan and little towns. People would come here just to bike, but there's just no organization between the whole region as a whole. And I think that's a little bit, every time I visit, I am labeling a little Republican, Democrat. It's all what you want, but I think a little difference is the collective thing. Like the liberal, Democrats are more for like, the whole picture, whereas Republicans are more like, no, this is our town, this is our responsibility. Like Green Bay, for instance. No, those are the separate bus companies. Well, I'm like, I was trying to get them to link the longer distance buses. I'm like, you're the bus stop, you're the bus station. No, we're the local transit. Well, when I come into town, I'm looking for Duluth, for instance, has all its buses. Every bus that comes into the bus station, if it goes from Minneapolis to Duluth or whatever, but not, I don't know. It's just a matter of what you're for. Like if you're just for the small, same with healthcare. Like I think the Republican is like, hey, we're for our healthcare. Like it's my healthcare plan. I'm paying for me. If you're high risk and you want to smoke or you're old or whatever, you can pay for you. Whereas, that's just it depends on how you want it. It's how taxes and everything are collected. But I kind of, being selfish a little bit, I like it when you can kind of have the whole region connected by bicycle. I like environmentally friendliness. So do Republicans. It's just you got to talk to them the right way. They don't believe the big, these big, they call more harebrained schemes, the global warming and stuff, where, yeah, there's a science, the globe is warming, but you can approach them differently so that they do care about the environment, getting off subject with the environment, but it's all kind of linked together with health and everything. If you can convince people to bicycle more and everything, it's safer and healthier to have all the roads are for people type of thing, whether you have a bicycle or you backpack or you have a car. Just put some shoulders in. If it looks dangerous, I put on the city survey, hey, take a ride like you're going to Warren Dunes. If it looks dangerous, like the trail quickly ends, then just think about it. Maybe you ought to get in your state. I was like, well, how do you write a letter to the state? And she's like, well, you have to do this and this and that. They're just not that like organized collectively, where they can make it a rule. All right, you should have at least 20 inches for a shoulder, so people could, if they had to, walk along the road or bike and not worry about getting hit by cars. I don't know if I'm explaining this right.